a melee began between a large number of wedding guests.
See, starts. If you're the DJ, I
What
throw
are
him
you
an
playing?
extra 50 if he plays Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you.
Population Crowder.
Trae Crowder. Last time you were on, put that video up. People watched it, man. People love you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I did
Like we
graduate
do.
from Dumb People Town High.
You
class
did.
of 04.
DPTH? DPTH?
Yes.
04?
Yeah, HS,
I
yeah,
feel like
class
we're
of
all
04.
graduates of this goddamn world.
Yeah, I'm from a particularly dumb people town, but yeah.
I mean,
What's your hometown?
It's called Salina, Tennessee.
And it
Yeah.
should be pronounced Selena.
Probably.
right.
Yes.
But they don't want to
we
get
don't.
it too close to
Speaking
the
as
Latin
Right. Speaking as guys who grew up from Creve Coeur, which is French, really, it should be
Creve
Coeur. But where we grew up in St. Louis, it was
Creve Coeur.
Yeah, there's Versailles, Kentucky, but it's Versailles.
Versailles.
Yes.
Lafayette is Lafayette. That's
Lafayette.
right by Salina. Yeah, so we do that a lot.
So there you go.
We're going to make it ours.
We're gonna make it our
I mean,
own.
New York does it. Huston.
Dan, stop.
What?
Stop it, Dan.
How do they pronounce it? Houston?
Houston.
Houston?
Do you really? Okay. Dan,
I mean, why? It's Houston.
right. Houston.
So, I mean, Manhattan does it, I feel like.
Yeah, they can do whatever
Yeah.
they want.
Everybody else can go.
In New York,
Whatever.
you can do
That's
that.
definitely why we did it.
Paris.
We're like, you heard what Manhattan's doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got to
Get
be
in on
more
that.
like in
Yeah.
Salina. We got to be
Yeah.
more like
Like
Manhattan. There you go.
Indeed.
All right. Well, the world's getting dumber. We got stories to prove it. Daniel, you got the first one.
Yes.
Let's
Let's
jump
do
in.
it.
Sent it by Jake Groney.
I love Jake Groney. At
Groney.
Jake Groney.
Yeah, Jake Groney.
Thanks,
I love
Jake.
this headline. Meathead attorney is arrested.
I'm just a caveman.
Okay.
I don't understand your ways.
Modern ways.
Meathead attorney is arrested for sparking huge brawl at wedding.
Nice. Yeah. Is he so he's an attorney who is a meathead.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
doesn't represent. He doesn't specialize in meathead.
We
law.
specialize in
Who's your
that.
client? Boar's Head.
Bro, I mean, that's a lot. They're doing a lot of work these days. Horsehead
yeah.
might be gone.
The age of alpha males and all that stuff.
yeah,
If
dude.
you're
If they're
an
bringing
attorney specializing in
Your
meatheads,
profession in to the headline of what you do for a living,
That's right.
they're just really trying to take you down.
oh, for
Because
sure.
it's
Well,
never
'cause
like plumber attorney arrested for fighting brother.
well, it would be like meathead plumber, but they're not going to say that.
No,
but
that's
it's like
right.
if you're an attorney, it's like they're like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You went
You
to
should
law
know
The
school.
better.
juxtaposition between what
Right.
you did and
So
what
I'm
you,
sure
the
the
decorum you're supposed to have.
I'm sure the headline came in, attorney sparks brawl at wedding. And everyone's like, wait, who is this guy?
Yeah.
No, it should be area man strikes creates ball.
Or
What is his profession
One
have to
man
do with
responsible
anything?
for
They
brawl
want to
at wedding.
shock you into being like, an attorney started
They
all
also,
this?
you don't know it yet, but they're also being a little punny.
Oh, me.
Oh,
he
okay.
throws
Oh,
me.
he was
He
throwing
definitely threw meat at
meatballs at
someone's
people.
head.
Meathead attorney is arrested for sparking huge brawl at wedding.
Thank you, New York Post.
Daily Mail.
There you go.
A Florida attorney allegedly sparked a huge brawl over prime rib after two young girls cut in line at a wedding buffet.
Right? You can't cut in line,
I mean,
man.
yeah, no. That so far I'm with him.
Isn't this
You can't do that. It depends on his response, I guess.
isn't this too early in the night though?
Yeah, Dan.
At dinner, you're already line
Dan, I
fighting
love
kids.
I love that you have a wedding story because, as we've said, and we're going to
say it
to
every
Trey,
time.
Every time there is, Dan, you need to write a book.
know.
Let me dance with your aunt. The
No,
guide.
I'll
dance with your aunt.
Yeah.
The guide to be the best wedding guest ever.
yeah.
Dan has all these stories, all these details. He knows how to do it. He knows how to tip the bartender. He knows
exactly
what
what
you
you
do.
do.
This is how you become.
Dan knows how you should
I
take
was at
the
a wedding once in
centerpiece.
St. Louis, and I got him to give me an entire bottle of Bullet bourbon
That's right. That's it.
at the bar.
Do you hear
All right.
this?
You should be the no, he's a meathead attorney, not a wedding attorney. I do defer to you on
Matters of
matters
wedding.
of
But
meat-based
two young
justice
girls
Yeah, he
at
had
a
meat.
wedding.
cut in line at a buffet,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're already that level of drunk bad?
Also, like
young girls. Is that part of what?
Kids.
Children?
Yes.
Okay, well then never mind. I mean,
No, I thought you were
Trying to
double
take
down.
down two young girls.
No,
Who are
no.
you, Matt Gates?
Hang on a second. They're gonna get. First of all, they're two young girls. They're not gonna get like stacks of meat to where it gets to you, and you're like,
Yeah.
sorry,
out.
there's
they
none
clear
left.
out the medium rare.
We only
prime
got the
rib.
fatty piece at the
Yeah.
end. No,
The Girl
that's not-
Scouts.
Yeah.
maybe this is sexist or
Take down all the
ageist.
primo cuts.
Yeah.
But I think I would sort of give a little side eye at two young kids super excited to jump in line for a carving station.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you want this?
Yeah.
You
I'd be like,
you know how many
great.
noodles and cheese are over there?
No,
Good
they
for
don't
you.
like it.
Buffet.
Good on you.
No, they
Prime
like
rib.
it. Prime rib, dude.
Mark Roher. R-O.
He doesn't have enough consonant. He doesn't have enough consonants in his name. Roar.
You literally sound drunk saying his name, Mark Rohr.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, buddy.
Who are you here
All right,
with?
Let's help you up,
Who's your buddy over there?
Mark Rohr.
Don't the Brits call a fight, or they say row?
row, yeah.
Not row.
Yeah.
It's close to Mark row her.
Yes. Yeah.
This
It
is our
was
favorite
Row
thing
Herb even
with
better.
Jay Larson, that there's the pasta sauce.
And a restaurant.
R-A-O. How do you pronounce it?
Rouse.
How do you pronounce it?
Rouse.
Right. So that's the way we pronounce it. And Jay
Said
Larson,
no, it's
it's
Rayos, and we're like, you're wrong.
You're wrong, dude. It's not Rayos. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, in classic Jay Larson style. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you sit down at the restaurant with the owners of the restaurant and hear them pronounce it? And we're like, they could be. Then it
Isn't
became
that in New York?
So then it became our thing to just pronounce it wrong all the time around
And
it.
say that they might be saying it wrong.
So we're gaslighting the hell out of Jay Larson
Love
about
that.
it. And I was at Al Madrigal's Christmas party, and I'm hanging out with Dave Anthony, and Dave's like, "Oh, I know the people from
Who own
Rayos or
Right.
Rouse."
Yeah.
He thought it was Rouse. He's like, "Oh, I know the people who own that thing," and I was like, "Can you have them call Jay and just say,
That's
dude,
so
we have been actually screwing up. We went through like a 23andMe or Ancestry.com. We have been mispronouncing it all the time. Like, get them to call."
So it is Rayos?
I'm still. Yeah.
It
it's
is
Rayos. Jay is
Okay.
right.
Jay is right, but we don't want Jay
But
to
like
be
I'm right when I tell people it's GIF. I just eventually had to realize no one gives a shit.
Right. I say GIF.
Of course.
It's GIF.
the guy who invented it
Said
calls it a GIF.
GIF,
It's just
but-
no one gives
Right,
and
a
everybody was like, "Well, that guy's wrong."
right. Yeah.
We've all decided.
Yes.
implicitly that
100%.
it's GIF,
But
yeah.
I just love that, like,
If we could get this
if we
guy.
can get, so Dave Anthony, if you're listening to this podcast, and
Jay
I'll
Larson
get
will
to-
never listen to this podcast, so we know our
Yeah,
secret,
we were like,
our
fine.
secret is safe, with you
guys.
guys.
A long time since we had Jay in here. I think.
Right, but so like I want that voicemail to come to Jay, and I want Dave to get it, just where they're like, "Sorry, man, we have been saying it wrong the
great.
entire time." That would be the greatest thing ever. Oh my god, it was just so
do
great.
it.
All right, so
It's funny to think of them learning, if that really did happen, them learning that and then having to make a list of people that they have to like call and correct.
Yeah, we gotta do this.
and where's Jay on that list?
yeah, he's
How many
high up
people
there.
have you called today? 36. What are you down to? The L's. Did you call Jay Larson?
Not yet.
He's
Mark
next.
Rohr.
Mark Rohr
Rohr.
has been accused of smashing a plate over a man's head after two children skipped him in line at a prime rib carving station on January 18th at Boca Lago Country Club, according to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office police report.
Smashing a
Plate over a man's head.
Well, that could be good luck for
It's
the
a slobber knocker.
Hoppa.
That's pro wrestling. That's
Wedding.
Good
thing,
God.
yeah. But I mean, was that their dad? Or
I
just some-
believe
yeah.
so.
Okay.
It's
Because I was
the
gonna say when you
inference.
said they were children, I was like, ah, well, never mind, because you can't like flip out on kids.
No.
but you could be, you know,
But,
if the parents. I'm
Mark
not saying you
Rohr.
don't smash a plate over their head,
You can't
but
at a restaurant. I think you could be a little bit like, "Hey, what are the rules here?" Right.
Right.
But if it's any sort of wedding or family gathering, especially kids or elderly, you
don't-
can have even if it's
You
your
allow them to break the rules.
sister's husband,
yeah.
even
Allow
if it's your
them to break-
brother-in-law,
Right.
then you get to go. You're doing that, David.
Yeah.
Right.
You're doing. There's
We're
no
gonna let
rules
our
here.
kid-
Like you can give him a little shit, but unless David goes, all right, it's just he's just
I-
getting food in front of you.
I totally agree. But so if the kids are doing it, but you said earlier, like that's a little weird too. Like young girls going to the carving station. Maybe this guy put it together,
Yeah.
Rower, the thinker,
Yeah.
that they're getting this for their
For
dad.
their
Their
dad.
dad
Okay,
sent
now,
them
so-
in
Okay.
there.
All right.
So
Sent
my
them in there, and
family-
he sussed that out.
Yes.
It's like, what the hell, Randy?
One trip to the carving
Plate.
station. per-
So-
there's a big sign that says one trip per person.
One cut only.
We're a few months away from my family having their 82nd annual family reunion.
Holy crap.
Started it right in the middle of World War II,
There you go.
1943.
There you go.
My family gets together, same park, second Sunday in June,
Love it.
and it's a bring a dish to pass.
Of course, yeah.
And I am responsible for getting Rosemary's plate, and I've been doing that for if I figured it out, it'd probably be 20 years. I don't know.
Right.
But you do get looks of people being, because I'll just walk up.
Right.
I'm not in line when the line starts. I just walk. And Rosemary is our oldest.
Right.
Her parents
the
and their
she's
cousins
the
started this.
matriarch.
She was 13 when
She
this,
gets
yes.
the first plate.
And so people go, oh, in my family, it's Danny. And they're like, Danny, you're jumping in, you know?
Oh,
and
jumping ahead.
Right. And I go, it's for Rosemary.
Right.
And obviously everybody's cool.
And then they're
with it.
looking at what you're picking, and they're like, "Is that
She
for her?"
doesn't
And it is
eat that.
100%.
She doesn't. Of course, it's for her.
I've actually gotten to the past few years. I really don't eat.
Dan, you'll
much.
go
Because
last.
by the time I get her,
You'll go last.
yeah, I don't care.
So I'm gonna put a scenario out in which it's okay to smash a plate on someone's head.
Oh,
in
no,
this
this is the
instance,
other
okay?
side.
Here's the
Nice.
other side. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Your two daughters go up, and they're just young and being just themselves,
Sure.
and they go up in line. And
So
they,
excited for the
so
carving
excited for the
station.
carving station.
that
Again,
red hum of heat.
they just love it. And the guy with the hat that's like way too tall. Why does he
Why?
have to wear a hat that's that tall?
Right.
He has short hair. If like you don't even have like a
How about
dreadlocks? You
that
just go
video of the guy who like making small talk at the carving
station.
Have
That's
you
like the
seen that
greatest
video?
TikTok ever. It's like
Crazy weather we're having.
Did you see the game last Saturday? Anyway, so
It's always extremes with the carver at the carving station. They either really, really respect this calling in their life, or they are so drunk. They're so like, I cannot be here right now.
Well,
Just, what do you want?
she's not returning my calls.
Yeah, that's great. I just want to.
Can you hold my phone while I carve this? I'm gonna tell you the code, and then I need you to send a text.
Where do you think they fall in the hierarchy of like
Carver.
staff, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
They're
Is that
out
is that a
front.
primo gig?
you're number
Yeah.
one.
Hold it up to my face.
Right?
The
Feels-
phone will unlock.
Feels prestigious.
You're the
but-
true artist.
Right, yeah.
You definitely have a weapon in your hand.
People
You
are going to
also,
be
I
very opinionated about what you're doing.
Right.
Like, for
Like,
sure.
I think you
Obviously, they'll throw plates.
Have
and
the
shit.
right to be like, Cindy, we are out of Jello cubes.
Right.
over there
Right.
now.
Right.
Also, like you'll have, speaking of people giving you lots of notes, like, can you slice it a little thinner? Is from people.
Yeah.
Can you make sure there's no? Can you cut the fat off? There's people giving them lots of
Right.
stuff.
Yes.
Everyone's your boss.
Yes.
Can you throw me another one? We're only allowed to give 2. Just throw another one on there.
Hey,
Like
man,
there's
a lot
that
of fat
moment.
on that one. Can I get a little?
So your kids go in line and they're very excited to go to see the carving station, and somebody else loses their shit about it,
Yeah.
and they grab your kid, lay hands on your
now
kids,
it's-
and throw them away.
everything's fair.
You get your plate, and you can just
Yeah,
jack
but
one.
the guy who grabbed the kids is the one who hit with the plate.
Yeah.
Once you've greeted the guest, start a brief conversation. Try asking a question the guest can answer in a sentence or two. You might ask something like this. Is it still hot out there? Or this. Did you catch a game last night?
Thank you.
Or this. Have you tried the lasagna? It's my favorite.
Perfect.
Wait.
I would love
Try the
this
lasagna
person.
means get away
Get away
the
from my
carving
station.
Have you tried getting the fuck away from me?
Have you
yeah, you're right,
checked out
but-
what's over on the other side of the room?
But like you said, it's the
aggressor.
assumed kid aggressor who
Yeah.
hurls the plate.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, the kid hurls the plate.
No,
No,
the
no.
guy
Oh, the
who's
kid,
mad
yeah.
at the kids hits another
Guy
man.
with the plate.
Yeah.
Roarer
Roar hit the guy. another guy
Roarer
with the-
Scoville
Roar.
hits
Another man.
the possibly dad
Right,
of the two girls.
All right, here we go.
Oh yes, that is the very next sentence actually. The victim who got hit in the head with the plate,
Sure.
who was the father of one of the children,
Oh, my
ignored the man yelling at him and did not respond.
Yeah.
So he's in the back of the line going,
Maybe.
the hell?
You gonna do this to your kid? You're
You're gonna let
your
them
kids?
budge?
And the guy's just like,
Not even.
When
two.
Roarer confronted him, he continued to ignore the man while he was being yelled at, did not respond. Without
is that worse, Trey? That like if someone's yelling at you and you don't say anything, like I feel like that's such a level of disrespect. You're not even engaging with them. If you were to be like, it's kids, just let them
Right.
be there. They're not going to get that much.
No,
like,
I keep thinking, like, again, I'm not saying he
Right.
should have,
smashed a
smashed
plate
the
on
plate
his
on
head.
his head.
Right.
But like a lot of this stuff, I feel like it's fair to be pretty annoyed by what I'm picturing has happened here.
The
Because that makes
escalation.
sense. The dude is there with the kid,
Right.
like
Letting it happen.
He's like, a party to it.
Maybe
And
he
as
led the
as,
kids up there.
Like I got kids, and it's like when you see a parent like clearly just straight up letting a kid do something that is not
Right.
socially acceptable, and they're just right there not doing it.
You're
I
like-
mean, it does
But at
drive
the
you.
same
It
time-
does drive you
I
crazy.
agree with
Not
you.
played at the
But
head,
at the
Matt.
same time, if I'm
Right, no.
if I'm for, let's say it's you, 2 or 3 people, then me, and your kids come up, definitely one of them is your child. These 2 kids come up to get in line with you at the carving station. Am I supposed to go, hey, kids to the back.
Okay.
Like you're
That's-
with them to
well,
be
see,
like,
that's-
girls, I'm going up to get in line. After you go to the back, whatever you're doing, you need to get over here and get in line.
I pictured them all, man and children, arriving to
At the
cut.
same
if you're
time
saying
to
that
cut.
the dad was in line and the daughters
he's
joined
joined them,
him,
that's a different
totally,
situation.
I seem so
totally
because
fair.
they don't say the dad then joined
Okay,
the
if
line.
that's what
He
happened,
must
this
have
dude's
already
being
been-
insane.
So this
That
guy
guy's
is
being
being
insane.
insane. So
If that's
what I
what
think
he had
is
lawyer.
the dad is behind him, and the
He's
kid,
not though.
Oh, he's ahead.
Okay, yes.
I think the dad's
because
behind.
because Rohrer approaches the dad
Okay.
who's
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the girls.
Okay, fine.
So Rohrer's mad that seemingly mad that these two young girls joined
So the
one
girls
of their
are a Trojan
fathers.
horse to allow the dad to get.
What if
to
the girls
carving
came
stick.
up first?
He's already there.
And the dad tried to do the talk and cut. Like, hey, girls, what are you doing? And he slips in the line,
Yeah.
and now he's going to cut, too.
Well, that's the main. To me, that is the primary distinction.
Yes.
Is, was the dad there,
There
and
or
they
not?
I
joined
think he
him?
was there.
If you're right about that,
want
then yeah,
video.
this dude's a lunatic.
I want
I would
video.
also be like, hey man, we're not even sat down for dinner yet, and you're probably gonna get kicked out of this wedding
You're running
just
too hot.
by yelling.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I wonder if this dude's on one of those like caveman diet, paleo diets or something.
is,
He's
sure.
like a bro
Caveman
lawyer,
lawyer.
only eats
Caveman
meat.
lawyer.
You know, I assume those guys, when it's been too long since they've had.
without
red
provocation,
meat.
the large bald man roar. Do we have to?
Yeah, that's
Dan, that
unfair
hurts.
to your
That
people.
hurts.
Yeah.
I'm
Do
sorry.
we have to?
No.
Yeah.
Do we have
Dan,
to?
Well, they want people
you
to go
are
like,
a large
oh,
bald
right.
man.
Now
Yeah.
look, I do always agree. Paint the picture as accurate as possible, right?
But
Yes.
what does the baldness have to do with it? Like he's already mad about the bald. Like it,
Yeah.
Is it
I don't know.
It's just jacked with
Well,
testosterone.
I'm going to show you him
right?
later.
the large bald?
The
man?
large bald man, roarer, if you're nasty.
So now I'm thinking of like the villain in Over the Top.
Oh, they keep going. The large bald man, roarer, struck the slimmer man. He gets grace
That's good.
on the head with a dinner plate. From there on, don't say
No!
that very
There
often.
can't be more.
One word there on.
No.
A melee began between a large number of wedding guests.
See, this is when it all starts.
Right.
First plate is thrown, and then forget it.
I mean,
Benches both benches clear.
we're hanging out after a show, as we've done in D.C.
Yes.
I look across the room. Someone hits you in the head with a plate.
Right.
I don't need any questions.
No,
I'd
I'm coming
hope not,
over.
yeah.
I'm
Of
coming
course.
over.
I am not coming over. I am
flying
charging.
in.
I am charging.
hey.
If I can punt kick someone,
Right.
I might drop kick somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Dan,
I'm in a
you're like,
vulnerable
give me a
position when I
reason.
hit the ground, so I'm gonna need a tag team partner coming over the top.
Tag in.
Yeah.
Right. Like, give me a reason.
But so of course a fight started.
Of course.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine at
Is-
a wedding?
Well, I was going to say, is it you know, you're the wedding expert. Is that change at all from 1 a.m. at a bar to you're at someone's special day when this
Yeah.
happens? Does that make it even more?
Oh, you see aggression,
You know.
and you're
Yeah.
and you see
You've
someone-
made
The
this
sun's still out.
yes.
Sun's still out. Dinner plates
5:30.
being broken.
Damn.
Shards going towards aunts and grandmas
Yeah,
and
Right.
you get
kids.
No, you got
Kids.
to drag this guy
this
out.
guy's got to. It's gone. You're out of here.
I don't see. That's a good question. A lot of times I would go with the like apprehend, drag.
Yeah.
But if it was one of my friends,
Bounce. You seem
Punch.
bounce inclined. I can see you bouncing.
I did for 9 years.
If it's
Yeah,
one
right.
of your
Yeah.
friends,
Checks out,
Dan,
yeah.
you would get a hold of the situation.
No,
and
I don't know. If it was one of my friends and I see a weapon
Smash
being
a
used
pa-
on
yeah,
somebody,
smash a
I might be coming straight
Sure.
fist.
But I'm saying if one of your friends had done it, you
Oh,
would pull that.
you're out.
You're out.
You're out.
So
See ya,
that-
buddy.
aggressively out.
So like I recently when they like caught some guy who was like trying to start a fire in something and like
Yeah,
the neighbors
I saw
caught
that.
him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they held him down. I'm like, why aren't guys just kicking his head while he's
you get to
down?
kick him. You
You
get,
get
to
a
kick
few good kicks.
Everybody
You're
gets a
allowed.
kick.
Everyone is allowed
Everybody
a couple
gets a
kicks.
kick.
Right.
Before the
Gets a
cops
kick.
come, just a couple kicks.
I felt like there
Once
was
you
a
have
lot-
him down.
I felt like
Well,
yes, I agree.
Why is that bad?
They may. I mean, we don't know that they didn't.
Yeah, they
right?
coulda.
Right.
Because if they did, the cops are probably like, well, they're allowed those kicks.
You get a
I don't have to
couple-
report those kicks.
Showed
Couple
up
kicks.
that way.
You know.
Take out some teeth.
Couple of snubs.
At this point, you caught him trying to start a fire.
Yeah.
Couple kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, one time, not to make it too dark, but one time my mom and stepdad got into a whole thing, and the cops came, and he was being a real drunk asshole, and the cops just let her have one free shot with like a bat on, and then and she clocked him with it, and they were like, "All right, thanks, ma'am," and they left. And I don't think that made it in
Wow.
the report, is what I'm saying. 'cause
Well,
they
but
were
then
like, well,
how do
we
you
had it
live
coming.
past that? What's the aftermath of that in your house?
He probably well.
Oh,
I'm
well,
sure
not great, but
Right.
you know,
No,
we get all the gory details. But I'm just saying, I've seen
Yeah.
cops be like, you know,
give them one.
You give them one, and that's
I've
fine, depending
seen
on the
some
circumstances.
Chicago
you
Cup.
know.
Yeah.
Give them one.
Okay, so the large melee begins. The wedding's over now.
Wedding's over. The party's
Unless
over.
it's a great wedding, in which case you can re-rack that wedding, and we're still having a good time.
Really, it's up to the DJ.
A waiter at the venue told police the plate broke when Roar allegedly.
If you're the DJ, I
What
throw
are
him
you
an
playing?
extra 50 if he plays Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting.
Why not?
That's good. Yeah.
Extra 50.
Walking on broken glass.
Put on the demographic, maybe Never Scared by Bone Crusher. That's a good guess. I used to know a nightclub DJ who told me that during that era he was doing it in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and around Atlanta and stuff, and all the clubs had a standing rule that you were not allowed to play that song.
Really?
Because it would result in a
Fight.
in a brawl.
Yeah.
And we had a house party after a comedy show one night, and he had told us that story earlier. And about 2 a.m., I went to the
put it
iPod
on.
and turned
You
it
put
on,
it
and
on.
he just started tearing shit up all over the place.
So fun.
He knew the rules. You know, what are you supposed to do?
Be the fight
I
you want
told
to
you.
see in the
He's
world.
like, I told you.
Yeah.
I told you.
You know, there are weddings where they're like, there's rules like no WAP. You can't play WAP at weddings.
Yeah, I've been at one of those weddings, and I was very pissed off.
They're like, you can't play that
I'm like,
wet
dude,
ass.
fire this up.
Fire it up.
It's a big hit in my friend group. Sure. Okay. So anyway, the big fight begins. A waiter at the venue told police the plate broke when Roar allegedly struck the other man. More dishes were reportedly shattered as guests got involved in the chaos. And I can't think of the movie in my mind where somebody just keeps throwing plates down.
Oh.
I know. It's in my head somewhere. The victim said in the police report that he was trying to remove himself from the situation and turned away from Roar once he started getting agitated. Did he not see $1 Million Baby?
Yeah, you can't turn around. You can't turn around.
No, you don't turn around.
Stool
I
to the head.
appreciate staying calm, but more of a watching while
Walk
walking backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have to do that. I do get thinking in your head like, I mean, there's no way he's going to hit me with that plate.
Right.
I agree.
We're at a wedding. The sun is out. My child is here.
Right.
He's not going to assault me with dishware.
I hope the carving station guy was like, "Sir, now you don't even have a plate,
Right.
So I can't
Yeah,
serve
I
you. You
can't
need
serve
to go
you.
back.
Go to
the
the back of the
Or he
line."
smashes the plate on his head, and he's like, "Did you catch that game the other day?"
That's great. Still hot
Try
out there.
the lasagna. It's my favorite.
When he recalled being hit with the plate and shoved by Roar before grabbing him by his collar,
Oh,
a
God.
witness confirmed this story.
Oh, my God.
Upon arrest, Roar refused to talk to authorities and asked to contact his lawyer.
He is a
the drill.
lawyer.
He knows the
He is
drill.
a lawyer.
Here's what's funny, though. He later decided to speak with police, admitting that he initiated the conflict.
Dummy.
So he
Oh,
first starts out,
I'm not
lawyer,
talking to you.
lawyer.
He's drunk.
Then by the time they get to the station, he's like, all
All
right,
right,
here's
I
the
did it.
Well, maybe he was like, well, I mean, I'm a lawyer.
I am my
I'm
lawyer.
here, so that counts.
He's
Yes.
representing himself.
I
He's
know
down.
what not to say.
I'll speak on my
I did
behalf.
it.
Yeah.
He reportedly told police that
He said, "Speak to my lawyer," and then he just turns this way and is the
Yeah.
lawyer.
Stuart Smollett himself.
Pulls a hat out, puts it on.
He reportedly told police that he did push the father, but denied breaking a plate over his head.
Everybody saw it, bro.
That's going to be the one thing
Yeah.
everybody talks
If you
about.
find the
dumbass.
broken plate, that's
you're better
it.
off saying, I didn't initiate, I didn't push him.
He pushed me.
Roar also
Emotionally.
said that he was injured when other guests tried to pull him away. This is my favorite.
Yeah.
Because this would happen a lot in the bars. We would stop a fight, and then the person would be like, you hurt my arm.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hurt your arm
Yeah.
dragging you off of a person?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah.
pulling me away.
I'm going to sue you guys
Okay.
for stopping your fight.
For stopping you beating someone else up. That plate was too hard.
I find
Blame the
Not my
plate.
fault.
probable cause that Mark Stewart Roar is in violation of Florida statute, as he did actually and intentionally touch and strike the victim, and in doing so used a plate as a weapon, the arresting deputy wrote, according to
Sure.
Boca News Now.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Roar was charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and was bailed out of the Palm Beach County Jail after his $1,000 bond was met. Wow. According to the Florida Bar Organization, Roar specializes in bankruptcy and commercial litigation and has his own law firm.
Moral bankruptcy.
His
There it
website
is.
reads, Attorney Mark S. Roar has experience in private practice representing both individual and corporate clients in business and consumer bankruptcy.
Don't cut him in
It's
line
turned
at
into
the
a
carving
commercial
station.
for Mark.
Yeah.
Probably because they feel bad about the fat
I
bald
know.
thing.
Yeah.
He now works out of an office in Broward County. He studied at the University of Miami, so he's a partier.
Great. Yeah, it's good.
He has no blemishes on his disciplinary record. Okay,
He likes to hit.
We're gonna guess-
He doesn't just like to pass the bars. He likes to hit the bars.
That's right.
we're going to guess how old he is.
Yeah, show us a picture of him.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Sort of looks like he could have been Kingpin. He looks like
It looks like he could have been a genie that came out of the bottle. He let the
See,
genie.
you should be like classified differently than that. You know,
Yo,
we said earlier,
you're
it's like
not-
bald,
you say you're
large
a
man.
big,
You're like,
large-
come on, it's
this
like
guy's huge.
This is a different category.
But there
This
is
like,
there is
this
something
is
to his eyes.
This is like
that,
a Temu Spider-Man villain.
yeah.
Like he definitely knows where the best place to get a French dip in Broward County is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He looks
he's
like
got
a-
a sweet pair of
Doesn't
Oakleys.
he?
A lot of opinions.
Definitely
It's gonna be
wrap
mean,
around.
I'm sorry,
Wrap
but
around,
doesn't he kind of just look like a thumb?
Of course
He does
yeah.
look like a thumb. If a thumb became a person,
Then became a human being.
he also looks like Lipitor.
Yeah, he looks like
Like if he was a villain, his name would be Lipitor.
I've never seen a goatee look so small on someone's face.
Yeah.
By the way, that is huge. That's bigger than your beard.
Actual
It's- I mean,
Bigger
that's a
than your beard, Dan.
big old face.
Yeah.
Goatees
Yeah.
are kind of confined to one area, regardless of the
Right.
general, width of the face. So you got a wide ass
A
face.
goatee is like a really large guy. Like on a guy like that is like a really large guy drinking a thing of tea, a small
Like
cup
not
of
a lot of people have that much flesh
around
the
goatee.
eyes.
No,
I'm just saying the side skull.
but just the whole
Also,
head.
the sleepiness of his eyes is like
He looks like one of those toys where you can move the face around if you want.
you can move
Right?
No, you can move the goatee around up to his eyebrows.
Yes.
It's a magnet.
Okay, how old? And everybody should check this out. Okay, how old is Mark Rohrer?
49.
I was gonna say 52.
There you
Okay.
go.
45.
All right, one of you is exactly right.
I'm staying. I'm
Do
sticking.
you want to switch your answer to a number that's already been said, or stay with
I'm
your
staying.
sticking.
Staying.
49.
Me too.
45.
Okay. We will end story number one.
Mark Rohrer.
Then I'll get to tell you what I'm up to. Trey,
And we'll
will
find
tell
out
you what he's up to.
Trey's got a new special coming out.
Ooh, that's
Or it's
fun.
already out when this drops.
Yes,
it's already
that's
out.
true. Okay, Mark. I believe Joseph
Stop.
something Stewart
Roar.
Rohrer.
is 52 years old.
Hey!
Well done.
Thank you,
pass
Trey.
that to Randy. for me.
Absolutely.
All right, first story down
In
in,
the
the books.
books.
When we come back, we'll find out about Trey's new special, where you can catch that, and so much more on Dumb People Town with Trae Crowder. We'll be right back.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey, gang, welcome back to the show.
Hey,
Before
gang.
we jump into Trey's new special, Daniel, tell
Yeah.
us where people can catch you. It's the middle of March when this drops, so
Yes.
let people know.
So in a couple of weeks, at the end of this month, I'll be doing a weekend in Denver at Denver Comedy Underground, and then I'll also be in Milwaukee next month. I'll be in Central Wisconsin at the Thrasher Opera House in New Orleans.
Amazing.
Whole bunch of other dates. Go to danielvankirk.com and listen to my solo podcast that I do called The Midnight Air right here on All Things Comedy. It drops every Monday, and if you have an interesting job, you can email me at themidnightair@gmail.com because I'm going to be interviewing people just talking about what they do for a living. If you have a job
I
where
love
people
this
say,
idea.
I've never met anybody who does that, I've never heard of that, I want to talk to you
Dan,
about
you've had all the jobs,
Tell me where you're at.
which is
Yeah,
kind of fun, too. 'cause you have
Gravedigger,
experience.
federal agent. I've
Everything.
been around the block.
Have you had anybody that has to like masturbate an animal because they got to breed it? You know what I
Ooh,
mean?
that's
No, but I've done that.
Okay, yeah, right. Checks out. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
last time around you talked about
Did you
cows.
No, we talked
stuff.
about it on your podcast, I believe.
Oh, right. But when I was on here, we talked about that guy that used to say buying cows, but we ain't
Yeah,
getting on
exactly.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I've
Cow-
been shoulder deep
in
into
a cow. That's right. Yes.
Shoulder
Okay.
deep into
But yeah,
a cow.
but that's typical farm work, right?
That's
You got to
very typical.
harvest the
Yes.
the
Yeah.
same. Is that even a particular job, or that's just a side gig that's you do?
No,
you
he-
do a
No,
lot of
he
other
lost
You
his
have to-
car keys.
You either have to
So
learn how to
switch
do
it.
it, which isn't common, or you have to bring someone in. And yes, you can.
Right.
Oh
You
my
could
God.
easily lose
Lose
your
your
car
car
keys.
keys.
My
Easily.
wedding ring.
You could
Well,
lose your wedding ring.
you're cut. You're all the way. There's
You're all
like
the
a-
way up in there.
It's like
gotta
a,
feel
it's
warm.
like a, it's like a bread bag that goes all the way up to your
it's
floor.
gorgeous.
Boy, come on.
Hey, Trey, you got a new special. Your special
Mm-hmm.
dropped on March 13th. As this drops, it's a couple days in. So
Yeah.
talk to us about it. Where'd you shoot it? Where is it at? Where can people find it?
It's called Trash Daddy. It's on the
Great name.
800-Pound Gorilla YouTube channel.
Fantastic.
Now it's filmed it in Dallas at the Addison Improv.
Nice.
I love that club.
Yeah, lovely. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm still touring as always, putting the new hour together now.
course.
So by the time if you guys come and see me, it'll be completely different, obviously.
Great.
And yeah, all my dates are at TraeCrowder.com, and then check that out on YouTube. And I
love it.
appreciate you.
I love it.
Great way to support comics. Watch this special, share it.
And
with
podcast
friends.
stuff for you so people can check out for you, follow you?
Yeah, we got the Well Read podcast here
Amazing.
on ATC. So, yeah, you
Great.
should get that wherever you get your podcasts at.
Damn, that's a good podcast.
Do it.
All right, I got a story here. Story number 2, sent in by Patrick Joseph at McMopat. Here we go. Massachusetts official accused of stealing city funds, buying how many, we'll get to it, pounds of steak tips and self-portrait.
What?
Former director of Quincy Department Elder Services is accused of stealing money from
You
the
can
city.
spend your money on any 2 things in this world.
Steak tips and a self-portrait.
Oh, okay. I just now processed what you had
Right,
even said.
yeah, there
Okay,
you go.
steak
Right.
tips, and also he got a self-portrait.
And a self-portrait, right? And
What kind of steak tips? Well, leave it on the grill until it's pink on the inside.
yeah.
Then let it cook in its own juices.
Can we get a carving station here? All right, so
Yeah, very meat-focused
What if you
tip
just-
episode today.
spend money on a carving station in your kitchen. You hire someone to be in the carving station. That'd be so good.
well-read meats?
There you go. And using it on things like a frame self-portrait, recording studio time, and several pounds of steak tips. U.S. Attorney for Massachusetts, Josh Levy, announced on Wednesday that Thomas Clasby, it's a great name.
It's a great name.
Clasby.
Clasby sounds like a great chicken restaurant.
Clasby's?
Yeah.
It's like Zaxby's.
Yeah, but people go there for the shrimp.
You get the hush puppies at Clasby's?
I get the popcorn shrimp at Clasby's.
At Clasby's?
It's a classy place.
Thomas Clasby of Fitchburg. These are all, like, this all sounds made up,
It
right?
does. This is in Massachusetts, you said?
Massachusetts.
Okay.
But it also sounds like it could be Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, anywhere, yeah.
Thomas, you know the Clasbys of, are from Kentucky, from Paducah, Kentucky. Fitchburg was indicted on charges of embezzlement, mail and wire fraud, and interstate transportation of stolen property. Clasby was arraigned in the Boston Federal Courtroom Wednesday afternoon. Prosecutors say that Clasby worked for the Quincy Department of Elder Services from 99 to April
Quincy,
2024.
shout out Quincy, great diner, The Wheel.
Right?
Hey now.
Starting in 2019, Clasby is accused of using cities' purchase process to generate cash for himself and pay for it. Like, you got to watch everybody in every position that is controlling money that isn't their own. You have to, because this stuff happens.
This is for old people? Is
Yes,
what this money
he's-
was
yeah,
for?
elders
So that's what's
took
not-
their
yeah,
old
that's-
people money.
That's particularly
Scam action.
tough.
Yeah.
Right. Federal investigators said Clasby had the city pay how much for a music studio to produce recordings of him singing.
I want to hear every one of those.
I want to hear
recordings.
these so bad, but how much money did he use of city funds to book recording time?
I don't know. This is just audio only?
Audio
Audi-
only. Yeah.
Man, I
Cutting
don't
an
I'm gonna
LP,
go
bro.
$10,000.
$10,000. What do you think? Trey?
$20,000.
Trey,
5.
get your answers in, townies. $89.50.
Wow.
$8,950.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Clasby also allegedly used city funds to pay how much for how many pounds of bourbon steak tips? Give me the amount and then how many pounds.
Was he a strip club in Portland?
Bourbon
TGI Fridays.
But by the way, I'm telling you, I read bourbon steak tips and my mouth started watering.
Oh, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
I've been thinking
bourbon
about
steak
steak
tips.
since you started this.
God damn, I want bourbon
But-
steak tips.
Remember when I
now.
made you steak at my house?
Yes.
I feel like if you're going to buy a whole bunch of steak tips, you'd want to go like neutral, though, so you can, do
Go
your-
any
This guy
direction.
has
Go
a-
any direction. You
a
got freedom.
a penchant for bourbon steak tips. How much did he pay and how many pounds?
From a TGI Fridays?
I don't know.
I mean, it has to be excessive, right? Because he got caught.
Yeah, what do you think? You want to do pounds?
I'm thinking he's trying to do some like.
Let's do pounds first.
Van drive around selling steak tips business.
Let's do pounds first. How many
500 pounds.
500 pounds? What do you think?
200 pounds.
1,000 pounds.
Get your answers in, townies. 153 pounds. You say 200?
Yeah.
There you go.
You're right there.
How much did all that cost? Now let's do that.
153 pounds.
153 pounds steak tips.
No idea what steak tips are going
Me
for now
either. So
in this economy.
in this
$10 a pound.
$10 a pound. So
$1,500 bucks.
$1,500. Okay, what do you think?
I mean, I think he went premium. You got that bourbon on
Yeah,
there.
get that. Slather it up.
Blanton's, dude.
Slather it up.
I'm gonna go 2,500.
Okay.
You didn't get any kind of like wholesale rate or anything like that on this?
Yeah,
Why don't
153
you go
over
over
112
you should
pounds.
get a
you should
rate.
get some
right.
money
You
on
should
it.
get a
So,
rate.
yeah, I don't know.
You should
I'll
get a
say
rate.
1,200.
1,200. Okay, he got. You ready for this? $2,234 worth
Damn.
of steak
Take it.
tips.
Right on it, buddy.
He spent
Trey's
how
right though. That's either got
he
to be
then-
like really high.
this
end
guy's
people, or
going-
He got ripped off.
right,
Yeah.
but then he spent how much money on a
It's the
Toyota
tip.
Prius? This guy's this laundry list of stuff.
all over the place.
I want recording time. I want a Toyota Prius, and I want steak tips. 150-pound steak tips. And a
This sounds like a
self-portrait.
1994 episode of Price is Right.
We're like,
Maybe
put the
Dan's right. He's gonna. I don't know about the. Okay, he's gonna drive around reselling the
Right.
steak tips
In the new
He gets
car.
good gas mileage in a Prius, so that cuts down on cost, and he gets his own soundtrack while he's driving
Right,
around
so
because
it's
he
in his
doesn't like
track.
any
He's like
other
he's-
bands
how much
as much
did he
as
spend
himself.
on a Prius?
He's like
Give
he's
me
in
the
like a
dollar amount.
Less than
Monsters
on the
Millions
steak
situation.
tips.
What do you think? Less than on the steak tip for the
No,
Prius?
I'm gonna say $10,000.
Less
That's what I
than
was
that.
gonna say.
What do you
Studio.
think? 10, what do you,
I'll say 11.
right.
and-
What do you think? It doesn't say what year.
Right.
Okay. Like, I don't know.
And then I'm gonna go $20,000.
Okay. So he spent $4,800 on a Toyota.
God damn.
22.34 on the 153 pounds of steak tips. 89.50. So if you're kind of playing along, that's like 9 and 5.
$17,000.
Yeah,
$18,000.
9 and 5, 14 and 2. He's about $16,000. Okay. And finally, he spent how much money on a self-portrait that was lacquered and mounted and framed?
He really wanted that.
He wanted that. So
Are we talking like a painter?
Yeah.
Like
Painter
old,
doing-
Because I was like,
old
commissioned, like old
Right,
school?
yeah.
This isn't a caricature. This is a commissioned,
Yeah.
painted, lacquered,
Right.
mounted frame.
I've been telling my wife for years that I want one of those, and she's
like
not
you-
going for it.
I want you in a military jacket and you can't see where your hand is.
Yeah, something like that to put, in the most prominently displayed
Dude,
part
in
of
front
our
of,
house,
over
you know what I
the
mean?
over the fireplace. Come on.
Yeah, I know, but she ain't having it. But man, I don't have a clue.
What do you think
people
that
charge
self-portrait?
for that.
Jay, what do you think?
I think $3,000.
Okay, Dan.
That's a good guess.
So fun to guess this.
I'm gonna go $1,500.
1,500?
5,000.
5,000. All right, get your answers in, Townies, because he paid $1,658.
Nice.
Very good, Dan.
Nice,
Okay.
Daniel.
Class is also accused
That
of.
ain't bad.
I know.
No.
What's my wife on about? man?
Yeah, come on.
to live
Somebody
forever?
Let her
Yeah.
know.
Well, Clasby also paid how much over to a friend's consulting company, but never used their services? Just how much money did he
What
give
is-
to his
like
friend?
a gym membership?
I don't
Oh,
know.
no. He's
Consulting
like, you
company.
consulted
but
for me.
never used it.
$50,000.
What do you think?
50.
50? What do you think? How much did he pay?
50, and he took back 25.
Yeah,
$5,000.
$5,000. What do you think?
8,000.
Get transfers in town. He's $38,000.
Oh, I knew it was
Okay.
a lot.
Prosecutors said
So that was
Clasby's
money
friend
laundering.
cashed
Yeah.
checks from the city, met him at various locations, and handed off the money. You're right, Jay. Thomas
But
Clasby,
why, if you're going to bother with, if you think about it, you're going to bother with money laundering, why just buy the rest of this stuff with
The money he laundered.
But he didn't launder it first, right? Though these are
No.
all the things he's right.
He went
you got to
straight
launder
with
it
their
first
funds,
and then do
right?
that.
Then you
like,
buy
why
the stuff.
didn't
Like-
he go to people who were doing things for elder services? I'm not telling him how to
This is
launder
why the
his
mob
money.
gets
Right.
credit.
Because the mob knows how to
They know how to
wash
do
it.
all
They
this.
got to know how
Right.
to clean it.
This guy's an idiot.
Thomas Clasby allegedly betrayal of trust is not just a theft from the city of Quincy, but an affront to seniors that he swore
Yeah.
to serve and taxpayers who funded these programs.
Damn
That's
right.
right. Director of Elder Services, Mr. Clasby, was entrusted with protecting vulnerable members of his community. Let this indictment serve as a reminder. Public officials who exploit their position for personal gain will be found out. I want to hear these songs so badly. Don't you want to hear them? The Clasby, the
Yes.
Clasby recording?
Does it say anything about what
just
kind
the
of
tip?
genre we're working with here?
I don't
Everything?
know. Probably like smooth jazz vocals.
Just
Yeah.
the tip.
He could
Steak
face
tips?
up to how many years? Just the tips. How many years if convicted? How many years could he face? Up
8.
to
8.
Up to 8?
Oh, I think it's way more.
What do you think?
40 years.
Okay, what do you
Is
think?
each one a different count of
I
embezzlement
don't know,
and
man.
all
'Cause
that?
we're going
You
could
know, that
face.
they
Could
stack,
face.
they
He's
stack them up.
He's eligible up to like
Could
40
face.
years.
25 years.
One of you is exactly right.
Oh, really?
Do you want to stay where you are?
Yeah, I'm going to
where
stay.
I'm staying.
But I'm very
Yeah.
curious.
Get your answers in, townies. He could face up to 40 years.
Wow.
Damn.
Boom.
God
Nailed it.
damn.
While I remain deeply saddened personally by what transpired, the way this matter was handled by all involved, from our staff to outside auditors, law enforcement showed unequivocally
They caught him.
that all this kind of branch of the public's trust will never be exploited or tolerated. This type of stuff. Mayor.
Well, it has been
Quincy Mayor
exploited.
Tom
Oh, but
Cox,
they got him, so.
he said that in a statement. So that's it. Steak tips, personal portrait recording time.
People
Prius.
in Quincy are going to beat his ass.
I mean, it is just amazing what he did. There you go. That is story number 2. Jay, give us a little taste of what we're getting in story number 3.
A fire.
Great. All right. All that coming up right after the
again.
break. Trae Crowder's with us. He's got a new special that is out. It's called
Trash Daddy.
Trash Daddy. It's on 800 Pound Gorilla on their YouTube page. Check it out right now. We'll be right back.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
All right, it's no secret. I love my pets.
Yeah, that's not even a secret.
I love your pets.
Ziggy and Ponyo, I love my pets so much, and I want to take care of them in every single way. That's why I'm excited that today's episode is sponsored by the ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program. When you have a pet, you love taking care of them because in their own way, they take care of you. I know my dogs do this to me. I love the love they give. I was just saying this to someone. I get so much more out of them than I give to them. But even if you're the best pet parent in the world, unpredictable things can happen. Fortunately, you can always give your care a boost with ASPCA Pet Health Insurance, Jay.
Yeah. Well, let me say this.
Or Dan, you say
Well,
it.
because it's something that when the time comes that you need to take care of these little four-legged loved ones that you have in your life, you're just going to pay it.
Yeah, that's right.
And to be able to have the insurance and the option
Your
to be able to be
peace
ready
of
for that.
mind.
The ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program offers customizable accident and illness plans, making it easier for pet parents like you and everybody else to help your pet get the care they may need. The ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program has been around for over 18 years, and they've helped more than 600,000 pets during that time. They allow you to customize your plan, helping ensure that your pet's plan is as unique as they are, because vet bills can really add up, especially when you're least expecting it. It's simple. Use their app to submit a claim, and you'll receive reimbursement for eligible vet bills directly into your bank account.
So, to explore coverage, visit ASPCAPetInsurance.com/DPT. That's ASPCAPetInsurance.com/DPT. Again, that is ASPCAPetInsurance.com/DPT. This is a paid advertisement. Insurance is underwritten by either Independence American Insurance Company or the United States Fire Insurance Company and produced by PTZ Insurance Agency Limited. The ASPCA is not an insurer and is not engaged in the business of insurance.
Townies, life moves fast.
Yes, it does.
And sometimes you just need a way to relax, recharge, or stay focused without making things more complicated than they already are. Please. You ever try meditating, but then you get stressed about how bad you are at meditating? That happens to me sometimes.
Yes.
That's why I love Via, because they actually make feeling good easy. 500,000 customers can't be wrong. Via is changing the game in natural wellness, combining high-quality hemp-derived ingredients with powerful cannabinoids to create real, effective-driven results. Not just fancy packaging or empty promises. You want better sleep, you want more focus, a little boost in the bedroom, or maybe you just need to chill out because your stress levels are currently at, screaming into the void status.
Hey now.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, Via has a solution for you.
That's right. And here's the best part. Via lets you customize your experience. So whether you're looking for daily wellness, laser focus, or deep relaxation, a.k.a. the kind of relaxation where you become one with your damn couch.
That's right.
Via has it. Products are ranging from 0 to high cannabinoid levels. As Dan said, you got options for everyone. We're talking about award-winning effect-forward gummies for calming drops. They got that. They're all made with organic lab-tested hemp from trusted independent American farms. None of that mystery gas station stuff from around the corner. You know what I'm talking about, Rand? No, you don't need that. So if you're 21 plus, check out the link to Via in our description and use the code DPT to receive 15% off, free shipping on orders over $100. And if you're new to Via, you get a free gift of your choice. How about that?
Very nice.
After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show. Tell them you heard them from Dumb People Town.
Yeah, put a little Dumb People Town.
And enhance your everyday with Via.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you watched Trae Crowder's special in the break. If you haven't, when this show is over, I want you to go directly
over to
it.
YouTube.
Watch it, leave a nice comment, like it, pass
Share it with a
along.
friend.
This is how people like us, we get to do more specials and stuff like that. You definitely want to see his stuff. And if this is your introduction to him, watch this and then take a deep dive into all of his stuff, including his well-read podcast. It's
Please
amazing.
do.
For us, we are
Middle of March right now, so we're going to be this weekend as this drops. We'll be in Minneapolis at the
Acme
Comedy
Company.
Company, one of our favorites. Hopefully, we're selling a bunch of tickets. We love that place. On Sunday, we're doing the LA Folk Festival at the Bellwether, which I'm very excited about on the 23rd. And then in a couple weeks, we're in Denver at the Comedy Works South 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
fourth,
5th, and
Third,
4th, and 5th. That's right. And then we'll be at Moon Tower. Supersklars.com for all of those dates, plus Tag It's happening every month. We love that at the Comedy Store and just have enjoyed doing that so much. Supersklars.com. Check that out. And any other stuff we have coming up, we'll let you know, Jack.
All right, here we go. This is sent in by Sam Householder, at Sam Householder.
Send some good ones.
And look, We're not making light of fires.
No,
We
we're
know
not.
People have had fires.
Yes.
But this also brings out the anger in me and anyone who would want to start a fire.
Yes. Great.
Let's get into it. Springfield, Missouri, our home state, Missouri.
right.
A Missouri judge sentenced a woman to, and we won't tell you how many years, you can guess later,
We'll guess.
prison for using Takis tortilla chips to set fire to a Springfield home with 3 people inside of it.
I thought set fire to your mouth.
Yeah, but I knew they were hot, but not that.
I know.
I mean,
Right?
those are on fire.
Takis.
I can't eat
How
a
would
Taki.
you use Takis to start
You
a fire?
lay
I guess
them
they're-
down and
Yeah,
light
like
them and-
kindling or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
like
right.
fuel. I
They're
guess
like
Takis,
little logs.
They're flammable.
They are.
You
Yeah.
just by that reasoning.
Just use something else.
Anything.
Yeah,
could you
and
rub-
eat the Takis? That's
What if you
I
rub them
do.
together
start
they
spitting.
start a fire?
Yeah.
Patricia Williams. Isn't that somebody?
Patricia Williams.
I
feel like-
pleaded.
She's like Anita Baker's cousin.
Right. Or if it's like Vanessa Williams' sister. Right. Pleaded guilty
Chris
to
Williams is Vanessa Williams'
first
brother.
degree arson for sparking the house fire
Yeah.
in the 2300 block of North Weller.
Why did she do it to these people? What's the motivation?
According to investigators, witnesses said the fire had been intentionally set, and they identified Williams as the suspect.
Yep.
They arrested Williams at the scene. The cooperation between
You
agencies.
got one shot
was
in with a
critical.
bat. One
Yeah.
shot with her.
You can hit her at the face with the bat. All right.
Right.
Said Fire Marshal Travis Morrissey. Dude, his name's Morrissey.
I know.
I love him so much. All right. The SPD officers' immediate response allowed them to make the suspect, take the suspect.
I
into
was
custody.
working in a house and then you burned it down with a talkie of my kind. And heaven knows I'm miserable now.
That's nice. They got her. Investigators said Williams
Busted, bitch.
admitted to using the spicy snack to start the fire. Is Takis going to like capitalize this and try to like use it for their marketing?
I mean, it feels like a pretty good ad.
Hotter
the whole
than a
thing is
house on
spy-
fire,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. But you said why, or maybe the idea is like that's just like a household food item.
Right.
Maybe it flies under the radar.
What can
You
I
know
like
mean?
this?
Yeah. It's not a typical arson.
Right.
Right. She
Device.
said she knew it would combust due to its high grease content.
Oh my God.
Is that
this woman's
right?
Doing grace content.
Surveillance footage shows Williams buying how many dollars worth of gasoline at
And
a
how
nearby
many dollars
gas
worth
station?
of Takis?
How many dollars worth of gas?
Wait, she used gas.
She poured
too?
gas on a
Isn't
Takis
that the
fire.
more important?
Yes,
Yeah,
I think
part?
that is bigger than
That's right.
I don't know how much the Takis really.
These
had to do
Takis
with
are really
it.
flammable. What did you use to ignite them?
Buried
gasoline.
Yeah, shitload of gas.
How much
100
gas?
So I saw
3 gallons.
I saw a TikTok of
How
a
many
guy,
dollars?
a guy with a flatbed truck who was spraying, and he had like a skirt of
Oh yeah, I saw
on
that.
the back of that, and he was just spraying gas into the back of the
The open back of the truck
open
with
back
a
of the
liner,
truck,
yeah.
like it's just sloshing around. And people came up to him who were doing this, like, "What are you doing, man?" And he's just not answering. He's like, "You can't do that. That's like against the law.
Yeah.
If a match comes in or some spark comes in, like we're all blown up right here. You can't do that." And he's like, "Whatever," and just keeps doing it. And then he drives away, and it's like
Sloshing
sloshing
everywhere.
around. I'm like, "Come on." So is that what she did?
Kind of.
I
well,
mean,
how
I would
much
say
did she buy?
$10.
40 gallons.
40 gallons. Wow. To
10,
burn,
10
burn
gallons?
on
10
this.
gallons.
Are we
Not-
in
in
gallons or
dollars.
dollars?
Oh, in dollars. Where's this Springfield?
$120.
So it's
Right.
Springfield, Missouri.
But I'm thinking 3 gallons, $3 a gallon ish.
Yeah.
Call it $10.
$10?
$30.
Oh wait, they're in Missouri.
Yeah, they're in
okay.
Missouri. Come on.
$60 of gas.
$2 worth of gas.
That's
What?
it?
Give me $2 worth.
Give me $2 worth for super unleaded.
And where's the courthouse?
All right. Williams poured the gasoline, which was stored in a soda bottle.
There you go.
Is there anything more Missouri than that?
Yeah.
Gas
Let
in
me
the
put it in this soda bottle.
Soda bottle.
The gas
the
goes
Takis,
further than I realized.
I don't know if you
I'm
said
sorry,
the
did you call them
reasoning.
Takis?
Yeah. I don't know if you said the reasoning, but these Takis it have something to do with the fire. Like,
They want it too badly.
but
That's-
like I'm saying, like it's a breakup and she's mad,
I guess.
and he always chose Takis.
So
over
this is
her.
his mistress. Right.
Maybe.
Okay,
He's ruining
she's
her
angry.
house.
She said she'd get divorced and they'd run
My
off
nephews
together.
love Takis.
Oh, my
My
kids,
kids
love,
love
it.
Takis.
I'm like, what is
I
wrong
don't even
with
think
you?
I've ever even had one.
You just want to like put
They're
razor
pretty
blades.
good. I don't
I'm
get
sure.
the
Trader
cult of
Joe's makes their
personality, but
version
they're
of a
okay.
taki.
Are you Trader Joe's? Their hot Takis are actually pretty good. Are you like a flaming hot Cheetos fan?
Sure.
I mean, again, yeah, but not. I mean, I prefer the OGs.
Trae Crowder is driving to a gas.
Give me a regular bag of Doritos.
You're
Trae
driving
Crowder's
driving to a gig. You stop at a gas station. You
What do
go
you
and
get?
buy a snack. What is your snack?
Probably Doritos. Or sometimes Cheetos, regular Cheetos.
The Ridge,
Those
the Ridge
two.
Doritos.
Yeah, I always thought, like, Munchies, which is those two, and
Yeah,
Harvest Cheddar
Munchies.
Sun Chips,
Yes,
that, in my opinion, they ruined with regular pretzels for no good reason. But I thought that, to me, is like the holy triumvirate of
And what's
of
your
crunchy
drink?
snacks.
What's your drink?
Like a Gatorade Zero.
Zero. I can't
Yeah.
do it. It's
What
too
flavor?
chemically.
Lime.
Lemon, the regular one.
Put your back out on that.
What
field.
color is that? The first original type of Gatorade. What color is that?
It's
It's like a yellowish green.
Yellow.
It's like
Right.
Ecto Cooler.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Well,
That's
you said
bright
yellow
green.
green, so you agree with both. Yeah, you're right.
Yellow.
Because I say get me
Tennis
a green
ball.
one, and then my wife is always like, "That's yellow. That's not green." And I guess there are.
Because I think now there is a way more.
There
there
is
are
a green.
like hard green.
I want
Yeah,
the
you're
Gatorade
right. Forest green.
Not I want
Zero.
I
I
want the
can't do
not
zero.
red Gatorade that
I
you
like
would
red,
give me
too.
in a glass. Remember the
In a
glass
glass one.
Gatorade
Oh,
with
yeah,
the little
yeah.
caps?
Oh yeah.
And that's whatever that.
I'll
color
take
is.
the orange,
red,
sort of like this.
red, orange,
Yeah.
yellow.
Yeah.
And
There you
those
go.
are my go-to.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Young kids like blue.
She poured gasoline on the floor, which was stored in a soda bottle, onto the home's floor, and a pile of laundry, according to
So
investigators.
maybe the laundry gasoline. We're so far from Takis.
Takis.
being what
Takis
did
is,
this
could
fire.
not be part
she
of it
then
at all.
set fire to the tortilla chips and used them to ignite the blaze.
No, you light one and throw it.
Morrissey.
Every day.
Like instead of a
is like-
match, it's a Taki.
Yeah,
is
you
what
light
she
a
did?
Taki
Yeah,
and throw it.
Light
yeah.
a Taki and toss.
Dramatically talk.
You light a
And
Taki
then
and
walk
make a
away,
wish.
and you
Right.
don't look back.
Slowly.
Make a wish.
Slow motion. Morrissey said the case demonstrates how interagency cooperation leads to optimal outcomes. It
Oh, we
also
love that.
Don't give
shows
me that.
how somebody
Don't
is
give me
dumb.
that.
The responding officers initiative and SPD included support throughout the investigation were instrumental in achieving the outcome.
Okay,
Three
I'm sorry,
people-
I can't hear you with all the backslapping that's going
Yeah,
on.
3 people inside the house escaped without injury. That's
Thank
good.
God. That's
great.
good.
The relationship between Williams and the victims remains unclear. I'd
Oh,
say it's not
a
good.
mistress.
I
Mistress.
call it fractured.
mistress.
I'm going to show you her picture, and then we can guess her age.
She's married to RFK.
This is her.
Look at her. She looks
Cheryl
like
Hines.
she does kind of look like look at her. She looks like
Methy
she
Cheryl
is a
Hines.
little remorseful about it, right?
She looks like she had a 1-episode arc on Sons of Anarchy.
yeah, she looks like if
Daughters of Anarchy.
she looks like she'd be like a werewolf in
Saw
True
that
Blood.
show.
How old is
Yeah,
Patricia Williams?
that's a good call.
Let's get out of here on this. How old is
She's
Patricia Williams?
Based on that pick,
Yep.
37, but looks 47.
I was gonna say a tough 41 is what I was. Gonna
Tough
I got a
41,
tough 37,
tough
a
37.
hardened 37.
I'm going to go 57.
57 years old, Dan, in which case she looks great.
say.
Watch Trae's special. It is called
Trash
Trash Daddy.
Trash Daddy. Watch Daniel's stuff. Go support him. See him live. Come see us live. This is a treat. Listen to the Well Read podcast. If you like this show, you're going to love that
Phenomenal,
show.
dude.
It's such a good show.
Thank you for being a great guest.
Thank you. You're the
As
best.
Thanks for having me again.
As always. Patricia Williams is 44 years old.
Hey!
44! All right. Love you guys. Thank you for supporting us the ways that you do. And, oh, snap, we're going to get back to work.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.